Hey guys, Justin here, Feldman Physical Therapy and Performance. So we get, we're always asking people what they like to see when we shoot these videos, and we get a bunch of requests for people interested in how to properly use a running machine. I think they're becoming pretty popular, especially a bunch of people running, cycling. It's always a good like cross training technique. People who see them around the gym, but if you ever see anybody using them in the gym, sometimes there's some pretty god awful looking things. So first thing is you want to get on and you want to measure sort of like where your feet need to be. And so I always tell people you kind of want your toes lined up here. You don't want to be way up here. You don't want to be way down here. And so we're going to go in here like that. And then you're going to grab the handle. And so when you start off, I always like to get people starting off at what we kind of call the finish. So sit up nice and tall. We'll see a lot of people who kind of try this out on their own and they end up saying their back starts to bug them. Most of the time, this is like a technical issue. It's not that they've hurt their back, but what happens is they start to slouch at this point. And so sit up nice and tall. You want to be pulling your hands in sort of like right around like the middle of your chest. And then what we do is your arms are going to move first. Then you're going to hinge at your back. And this should basically be sort of like a deadlift type motion. And as your hands start to get to the midpoint of your shins, and same deal, we're sitting up tall, we don't want to be reaching down, then you could start to bend your knees, and you're going to let your knees bend right up until the point where you feel like your heels are going to lift off the bottom. You want to try and keep your heels in contact the whole time. And then from that position, you're going to change directions and go back. And what we're going to do is you're going to start off reversing that sequence. So you're going to drive with your legs, then you're going to engage your back, and then your arms and pull in. So on the way up towards the catch me call, up to the front, it's going to be arms, back, legs, and then it's going to reverse. Legs, back, arms. What we're looking for is this chain, right, should stay nice and level. If you feel that the chain's kind of going up and down and like changing angles as you're doing it, then it's a lot of wasted energy. Also means you're probably letting your back slouch down, and so you're kind of putting yourself at risk of some lower back pain there. We don't like that. And when you're pushing off your feet here, right, we don't want to let your butt shoot out from underneath you. You want to be up nice and tall, kind of feel engaged, so that as your legs move, the chain moves. We don't want your legs to move and the chain to stay still, because then you just wasted a ton of energy, and no one wants to waste a ton of energy while you're trying to work out. And so as you sort of get into it, it should just look like a nice, smooth, fluid motion. And you should be able to kind of pause comfortably and hold any one of those positions. If you feel like, you can't necessarily stop your body and hold yourself in that position and hang out there comfortably, then you're probably not sitting up tall enough, probably not engaged enough through your core to stabilize yourself. The other thing we want to sort of look at is the speed at which we're going. And so basically the speed as when you pull should always be longer than the recovery on the way back in. So you want to take a nice long recovery, and then you're going to drive quickly that way. So it's sort of like 2 seconds this way, 1 that way. If you start to rush this part and then kind of go into that, then you're sort of missing out on that recovery part coming up. But also you just start to get into this thing where you're kind of inefficient, and that's going to end up leading to you wanting to push your butt backwards and kind of irritate your back. So hopefully that's a good sort of beginner's entry into using the running machine. Any questions, go ahead and post them below, and we'll answer them as we can.